President Trump's second call for $2,000 stimulus checks, second stimulus check update, plus unemployment insurance benefits. What is going on, you guys? It's Ron here with your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update. I hope you guys are doing very well today on this Saturday, December 26th stimulus check update. And I also hope that you guys really enjoyed your Christmas day yesterday. Thank you very much for all the Merry Christmas wishes. I really appreciate you guys. I feel like we've built a family here over the last since the start of the pandemic. So I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you for wishing my family a very Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. But I've got the latest for you guys on President Donald Trump again calling for $2,000 stimulus checks for the American people. I love it. This guy just won't quit. And as long as he's going to bat in regards to $2,000 stimulus checks for the American people, I'm 100% on board with that. And we're also going to look at the different scenarios here at this point moving forward next week. And good news as well, as other states are expanding their rental assistance programs. So definitely stay tuned until the very end. I've got a lot of news here for you guys, and you don't want to miss out on any of these updates. But first, I want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And for those of you guys who are brand new to the channel, my name is Ron. We cover all things personal finance, investing, how to generate multiple streams of income, and of course, stimulus check updates and stimulus package updates. So if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so that you know as soon as I release new videos and content. And I really hope that you're having the safest, most joyful and meaningful holiday celebration with you and your loved ones this season. And I'm also really enjoying making content for you guys, like especially all my research on personal finance that I'm really excited to share with you guys. And that's exactly why I put together my free financial freedom movie, where I share all my secrets on, credit hacks, investing strategies and tips so that you can actually become debt free and retire early. So definitely check out the link in the description down below. But otherwise, let's jump into the content. All right, guys, so here's the deal. You got President Trump. He literally just again repeated his call for $2,000 stimulus checks over Twitter. And his last tweets on this particular issue said, made many calls and had meetings at Trump International in Palm Beach, Florida. With this weather right now, I would love to be in Palm Beach, Florida right now, I'll be honest with you guys. But anyway, why would politicians not want to give people $2,000 rather than only $600? It wasn't their fault. It was China. Give our people the money. And of course, this was during many reports of him playing golf at the club. Anyway, the real point here is that we're still not getting a direct yes or no on whether he plans to veto the $600 stimulus check and the stimulus package as it is. And the aid legislation was sent overnight from Washington, D.C. to President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in West Palm Beach, Florida, where he's currently spending the holidays. And lawmakers are still on a wait-and-see mode until President Trump makes a definitive move on the year-end spending and the $900 billion relief package that was passed recently from both the Senate and the House of Representatives this week. Now, while we're waiting, let's take a look at some of the possible scenarios for the government and for the American people moving forward. All right, so the first, of course, is President Trump, he could sign the bill as it is already. And again, he hasn't exactly expressed any direct idea of vetoing the bill. And I don't think I have to tell you guys, how badly this is already needed, like right here and right now. And of course, you also have Senator Roy Blunt. He's the chair of the Senate Republicans Policy Committee. He also agrees with us here. And he said, it took us a long time to get where we are. I think reopening the bill would be a mistake. The best way out of this is for the president to sign the bill and still hope that's what he decides. Now, if you guys remember House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's recent statement where she called on President Trump to call on House representatives to end their obstruction. She also declared to vote against this bill is to deny the financial hardship that families face and to deny the relief that they need. Hopefully by then, the president will have already signed the bipartisan and bicameral legislation to keep the government open and to deliver coronavirus relief. And of course, I'm all for this route, especially since Nancy Pelosi has already said that the House Democrats would vote on Monday for a standalone bill in addition to the $900 billion stimulus package that we already have. That would actually provide direct payments to Americans of $2,000 per person. Now, we can pretty much bet that this bill would literally just go right through the Democrat-controlled Congress and get passed. And if you think about it, they really only need 13 Republicans to be able to sign off on this in the Senate. So we could technically fairly easily have that, with the Republican senators expressing their support. I mean, you have like Senator Josh Hawley, you've got Senator Mitt Romney. Both these guys, as well as many other Republicans in the Senate, are actually on board. And of course, the remaining votes, they would come from the Democrats in the Senate. So I think we could pretty much pass this through the Senate fairly easily. So this would basically mean that you would get $2,000 stimulus checks, maybe even on top of the $600 stimulus check, and even $300 unemployment insurance benefits boost. You'd get the evictions moratorium, you get the rental assistance, you get PPP, you would get vaccination provisions, as well as food assistance. So what's not to like about that one? So at that point, it's really President Trump's own party that's essentially been chafing at the idea of a larger relief bill because they're concerned over this deficit. And according to Fed Chair Reserve Jerome Powell, this really isn't even a sentiment that should be shared, by the American people. In fact, if you recall, you've got Senator Bernie Sanders tweeting saying, maybe, just maybe, it's time Congress listened to the American people and sent $1,200 stimulus checks to working class Americans who are in so much desperation right now. And the attached poll showing voters overwhelmingly support another round of $1,200 coronavirus relief check. And I got to take a pause for a second because it really makes me wonder, we recently just had a massive election in November, for all of the different senators who are not on board with providing, stimulus money for the American people or straight up blocking stimulus money and stimulus checks going out to the American people. I really wonder, with so many people upset and unhappy with the performance that these guys have been doing in the office, who is actually voting for these people to be re-elected? If you guys can answer that for me in the comments down below, I would love to hear this, because it seems like there's this general consensus that, Congress isn't doing their jobs. And of course, us voters are what keep them employed. So I would love to know who the heck is voting these guys back in office who are underperforming. But anyway, I digress. Let's look at the second scenario, right? So the second scenario is Trump goes on with the veto. So essentially he could veto the bill. And if he did that directly, and he's done it in the past with measures like, a resolution where he blocks his attempt to fund a border wall, or he could potentially use what's called a pocket veto. Now, for a pocket veto, if President Trump does not sign the legislation within 10 business days, or actually 10 days of receiving it, and Congress adjourns during that time, the bill is considered vetoed. And at the moment, there's enough support to actually override a straightforward veto. So if you think about it, if you guys remember, earlier this week, 92 senators and 359 House members voted to pass the stimulus, and they only need 2/3 majority vote to override a veto. So, 67 senators and 290 House members. These numbers still could change though. So, I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Things definitely get complicated with the, in the case of the pocket veto, but, like I said, I'm on here every single day. I'm going to keep you guys updated. And if President Trump does not sign the bill before Congress adjourns its term on January 3rd, lawmakers won't have an opportunity to override his move at all, potentially forcing those in the new term to deal with both the funding and the stimulus bills. Now, this would basically mean that, we would be waiting until President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration in January in order to get the new stimulus package and overall government spending bill. And I know none of you guys are out there trying to wait for that, right? So in the Biden Emergency Action Plan to Save the Economy, he highlights the additional checks to families as a part of the deal to hash out with Congress. And he also plans to expedite aid to businesses who commit to helping workers stay employed through the crisis and keep small businesses in business. Now, I'm pretty much just kind of hoping that President Trump fixates on something else pretty soon and decides to sign the new stimulus bill into law. Now, if this happens, the IRS and the Treasury could send the first batch of payments via direct deposit as soon as 1 week later. And according to Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, most of these will be direct deposits. We call them checks in the mail, but most will actually be direct deposits. It will be within 3 weeks. We are determined to get money in people's pockets immediately. So that will be within 3 weeks. So what do you guys think? Are we going to see President Trump sign this bill into law next week or what? Drop me a comment down below. Let's talk about this some more. Let's see if we can kind of strategize and figure out what the heck is about to happen, right? Now, of course, never underestimate your power to reach your local House of Representatives and your senators. Your voice matters. You guys should definitely be reaching out and making sure that your voice is heard. Because like I said, again, these people don't stay in office without your vote. And, we shouldn't just wait until October when they need your vote in November. We should be voicing our, making these politicians understand our positions on a regular basis. They're getting paid on a regular basis. They're taking vacation time on a regular basis on the taxpayer's dollar. So we should always be vocal and in their face and in their ear. And I've got another state that has decided to extend its rent assistance program, you guys. You've got Texas. Texas has just announced that they're extending their Texas Eviction Diversion program until March of next year. They offer to pay your rent that's past due, even let you pay in advance if there's money left over. Now that's brand new here. I mean, I've never heard of a rental assistance program that's willing to pay your rent ahead of when it's due. And if the landlord and the tenant agree, then the court dismisses the eviction case. The landlord gets paid and the tenant gets to stay in the home. The judge will also seal the court record so that the future landlords won't see it and won't hold the eviction against the tenant. So you can definitely check out the link in the description down below, guys. And that's really good for, minimizing the negative impact on your credit. I'm all about maintaining a very high credit score, because of course that is nothing more than financial leverage if you know what you're doing. And our list keeps growing with each new video, you guys, so always keep watching for the latest relief programs and assistance programs near you. And if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so that you don't miss out whenever I'm dropping, new state and local stimulus packages that are being offered, just like the state of Texas here. It's totally free, definitely helps me out, and hopefully it'll help you out. I've got many other state and local programs for you guys from my previous videos, all of them that you can check out in the description down below. So while you're here, I would definitely appreciate, a simple Christmas gift in the form of a like on this video. So just click that like button, turn it blue, and it'll put a smile on my face. I really appreciate you guys. So I really can't thank you guys enough, especially my community of members who is always watching and liking every video every single day. Like I said, I really believe that we've built a community here, and I really appreciate every single one of you. And some of you guys are so regular, I just recognize your names in the comments. And really quickly, if you guys are aware of any relief or assistance programs as well, definitely do not hesitate to drop a comment down below. Your comment could really help out a family this holiday season. So, always, big thanks to you guys. I really appreciate it. And just to continue our discussion from yesterday about index funds, remember you guys, historically for the past 10 years, index funds have outperformed actively managed funds by simply following the index fund of your choice. So the question I get all the time is, so how exactly do you get into an index fund, right? So you can actually purchase an index fund directly from a mutual fund company or a brokerage. And when choosing, consider fund selection in case you want to buy from different fund families, convenience. You should be able to find everything that you need in one place. Trading costs, if the commissions or transaction fee isn't waived, consider how much a broker or fund company charges to buy or sell the index fund. And of course, commission-free options. Do they offer no transaction fee mutual funds or commission-free ETFs? And to help you guys out just a little bit, I researched a list of the best brokers for mutual funds in 2020. Some of them offer zero commissions and zero account minimums to get started. So definitely check out the link in the description down below and let me know which one looks most appealing to you guys. Of course, I give you guys the stimulus check updates and stimulus package updates, but I also want to make sure that you guys are benefiting financially. I don't want to just kind of help you guys get through this. I want to help you guys thrive financially. But anyway, guys, that's all for the stimulus check update and stimulus package update. You've got President Trump again calling for $2,000 stimulus checks for the American people. I freaking love that. And, the scenarios at this point that we might be looking at moving forward going into next week. And of course, the newest state that's offering rental assistance this time is Texas. And so if you haven't already, definitely like this video and definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you know as soon as I release new videos and content. And if you haven't already, definitely check out the pinned comment down below and check out my free financial freedom movie so that you can learn about anything from enhancing your credit, investing, money management, ultimately becoming debt free and retiring early in the easiest way ever. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.